Hello YouTube, I'm back. First up, I would like to apologise for disappearing on you for the last 3 or 4 months. Basically I've had sort of great big family issues and stuff like that, and it has meant that I haven't had much time for hobby or making videos or anything like that. I've got a bit of hobby done, but videos just no. Okay, so sorry about that, but I am back. I'm back with a New Year's resolution type thing. Okay, Nick, Idic Bear, is doing a New Year's challenge, basically trying to get a Space Wolf army painted, and has basically asked the community to join in on it, so I am. I'm going to include a link to Nick's channel down below. He's doing Space Wolves, and they are looking really good so far. So I am going to go with Nurgle Marines this year. I put it to a public vote on a couple of Facebook groups that I'm on, and this is what you guys decided you wanted me to do. So, all good. I'm kind of enthusiastic about this. I love my Nurgle Marines. I've got a fair bit done already, but would like to get it finished. So, this video is basically kind of showing you what I've done so far, and talking about what I'm going to be doing over the next year with these guys. So first up, you have got a shot here of some of my cultists. I've got a unit of 25 shooty cultists, and I really like them. They are brilliant in terms of just scary amounts of shootingness. They bring it. What I've done is I do have a wide range of models and stuff like that from 20 years of collecting. So what I did was basically took the Dark Vengeance cultists, and I've added in a few special guys. So there's a few of them that are like this to reflect the Nurgle side of it. He's actually a Scavvy from Necromunda, and going back to the Necromunda side of it, my leader for this squad is a Cawdor leader, but that works quite well with the cultist thing. They're wearing masks, they're all secretive and stuff like that. Now I've gone with green and browns because they're quite Nurgly, and as you'll see, I'm doing a little bit different with my Nurgle army than the conventional normal Nurgle army, but it is mainly greens and browns. These guys have got a lot more green on than the Marines, as you'll see in a minute, but it just gave me a bit of green, and I also love working with greens. Green's all good. So those are my cultists. Like I said, 25 of those so far. I do have another unit of 25. They may get done this year, they may not, because the other 25 don't tend to feature in my army too much. So, on to the Marines themselves. Now, so far painted, I have got 3 squads of 10 done, and what I've done, I didn't go for conventional Marine Death Guard green and stuff, and these guys aren't the Death Guard. I'll go into the history and stuff, because I've got a video planned about it, and I've got all the history in my head, but it's a completely separate subject. So I've kind of gone with a rusty brown manky colour with sort of green trims and stuff like that, just keep the Nurgle effect. I think it looks quite good. I like it. Hopefully you guys do as well. So these guys are finished. I haven't done any squad markings or anything like that, because with the sheer amount of Marines and stuff I've got, it is a case of I'm going to want to swap them around a bit to try and get the best combination of poses and what looks good. But what I've done for the Marines, if you look at this guy here, he's actually a Plague Marine model. I wanted it to look extra Nurgle, because all my Marines are Nurgle Marines, basically. So I've got quite a few of these guys, and I have just bung them in the normal troops. Yes, expensive way of doing it, but such is life. And also tried to vary the helmets and stuff. That's actually off a Raptor. but works quite well for what I want. In terms of when I'm doing the Plague Marines, I've actually got some Forge World ones, and they're going to be my Plague Marines. So I will get on to painting them at some point this year. So those are the basic Marines, and that is what they're going to look like. Now, what I love about Nurgle is the wide variety of stuff you can do, and do well. So I'm going to show you next. Hopefully this will work. Back a bit, a bit more space. So I've got my Nurgle Rhino here. This actually was the starting point for the army. I basically bought some stuff off of eBay, and in it were two really manky, unusable rhinos in the condition they were in. So I kind of had a look at them and went, ooh, I could do a Nurgle Rhino with that. And that's what I did. And that is how I ended up doing my Nurgle Marines. I like the bit I've done at the top, and that's kind of indicative of what I'm going to be doing with a lot of my vehicles and stuff like that. Is basically, with that, it's sort of the internal trapped demony monster thing that my Warpsmith, more on him a bit later, does, and it's all sort of bursting out and stuff. You've got the heads, which in my head the Marines use to feed the creature inside, sort of thing. And of course I've got my trademark, excuse me, trademark Nurglings sitting on the top, just hanging around and being cool. I love Nurglings. So that was the starting point for the army, and that's where it came from. So, but I love doing the vehicle conversions and stuff like that. I've got a fair few ready to go and stuff like that. I'm not actually having to buy much for this army because I've already got most of it. I just need the motivation to get it painted. So a couple of other things I'd like to show you before I talk about what I'm doing. So then we have my Demon Prince. He's the leader of my army. He always, and I mean always, dies on turn 2. I need to get used to hiding this guy, but that's what he's like. I don't know whether you've picked up on it or not, but everybody in the army has really pale skin. Kind of helps with the diseasedy look and everything else, and there is reasons behind that beyond diseasedy look. So I did a bit of a conversion there. That's actually an Ogre Gorger head on it, because I didn't like the sort of squishy, nurgly Demon Prince head, and he looks, in my head, a bit more savage and nasty and everything else. So that is him. I really like him. Finally, just a bit more of the fun stuff. I'm going to show you my Chaos Spawn that I have done. More on Chaos Spawn in a bit, because I love Chaos Spawn, they are awesome. But this is Henry the Hoover the Chaos Spawn. Basically it came about as a bit of a joke, sort of, well, my friend's got a Thousand Suns army, and it's like, what is the mortal enemy of the Thousand Suns? It's not the Space Wolves, it's Henry the Hoover. So, hence Henry the Hoover the Chaos Spawn was born. Little bit of converting there. From what I remember, that's the top of a drop pod there, and you've got one of the towery bits from the Orc Stomper and various tentacly bits. I think they're from the spawn kit. The hoovery bit is from the Plague drones, and those wheels are really, really old skeleton chariot wheels. But I'm pleased with him, and I will be doing some more spawn later on in the year. So, what are my plans for this year? Okay, when I was sorting out, I'll get on to plans and discuss him in a minute. When I was sorting out, no, excuse my slight brain fart here. My plan is to either do a unit, a character or a vehicle a month for this. Should be relatively achievable with all the other stuff I've got to paint. I'm going to alternate them so I get something fun to do every month, so I'm not just doing sort of bulk loads of Marines. So when I came to sorting out the army and seeing what I got painted and what need working on next, this guy stood out because he is part of my Havoc squad and he is the only one that's painted. So that made the decision for what I do first relatively easy, which is the Havoc squad. So I'm going to spend my month giving these guys some love. In this squad there's going to be 3 heavy bolters and an autocannon, which I've found is quite effective at sort of holding up troops and just general killy stuff. I've got other bits for taking out vehicles, so I just wanted that. So first up, I have to get these 9 guys done. So that is my plan, and I will keep you updated on my progress. Before I go, just want to say thank you for all your support and being really nice. I will get a lot more videos done. I've got a fair few planned on what I can do and talk about. It won't just be about the Nurgle Marines. There's going to be a fair amount about Malifaux and stuff like that. More reviews of the Malifaux scenery I've picked up in the intervening months. Updates on what I've been painting, stuff like that. And yeah, there will just be some general talking. But thank you very much for watching this and sticking with me. I know I rambled a bit, but first video back after a while, so a bit out of practice. Obviously, please feel free to comment. Love to know what you're thinking. Like if you like it. If you haven't subscribed, please give me a subscription. I think that might be the word. Yeah, and also go check out Nick's channel and possibly some of the other guys who are doing the New Year's challenge. Brilliant, thank you very much. You take care, have a good day. Bye.